Hi guys, so what I wanted to do for you is a little video just to show you how I made these hearts. Now these are the ones that we're making for Surrey Ambulance Service and Hampshire hospitals and various care homes, and for key workers and vulnerable people who've been separated from their family for quite a while during the lockdown. And we're making them for a group called Charitable Crochet Projects, which is run by another crochet buddy of mine called Donna. And I know that there's a number of different patterns that people are using. This is the one that I'm using, and I'll share the pattern alongside the video when I post it. But I thought I'd just show you how I make it. Now you have to bear with me because it is a US pattern, so I will try and not get my terminology muddled up, because I'm either working with my head on a UK version or a US version. I'm not very good at translating on the fly, so I'm gonna have a go. Oh, what am I doing? No, I want a magic circle is what we want. So magic circle, you can either wrap it around your fingers like that and grab the yarn through, whoop, like that. And then once we've got our circle, we're going to chain 3. Okay. And then we're going to make 3 trebles. No, we're not. I'm getting my terminology messed up. I think I might end up having to cut this video and start again. We're making 3 double trebles, okay? UK, double trebles. For US, we're doing 3 triples. So for a double treble, we wrap the yarn twice, okay? And then we go into our circle. And then to complete the stitch, we are going to pull back through the first 2 loops, then the second 2 loops, and then the last 2 loops. Okay, and I just scoot it along on the circle just to bring it up close to the first chain that I made, and then we're going to do another one. So back through the first 2, put it through the second 2, and put it through the third 2. And one more, so that's 3 double trebles, okay? Okay, I'm just gonna make my circle a little bit smaller. So we're going to be working 3 trebles into the circle next. Okay, so for a treble we're going yarn over into the circle and back through the first 2, back through the second 2 loops. We're doing 3 of those. That's 2. That's 3. I'm using chunky yarn with a 6mm hook, but I've also done this pattern with what did I use? I used double knitting yarn with a 4mm hook. as well, and that worked okay, but I just ended up doing an extra round to make it a bit bigger because it comes up a bit smaller obviously. So we've got our chain 3 at the beginning, then we've got 1, 2, 3 double trebles, 3 trebles, and we are working, if I hold it that way, we're working one side of the heart. Okay, we start at the top and we're working down to the point at the bottom, but we're working it upside down. So now we do 1 chain and then we're going to do a double treble for the point at the bottom of the heart. Okay, so we're going to wrap twice, oops, just caught a little bit of the yarn there. Okay, so that takes us to the point at the bottom. It's a bit like an ear. And then I'm just going to pull my circle a little bit tighter. We're going to need to basically, at the end of every round, we're going to be going into the center to do a slip stitch. So keep it open, don't close it all together. Right then, so now we're going to work back the other side. So we're going to do basically a mirror of what we've done on this side. So we're going to do 3 trebles, working in to the middle. And 1 more. Okay, and then we're going to do 3 double trebles to bring us back up to the top. So we wrap twice for the double trebles. There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. Okay, so you can see now we've come up to the other side and we have got a nice shape. So at the end of this round, what we're going to do is chain 3, and we're going to slip stitch into the circle to complete the round. So we're going in there, grab the yarn and put it up, and then we just want it to be quite tight, so we're going to pull that up through our last stitch and then pull it tight before making our next round, so that we've come to the end and I'm holding it quite close to the middle there. So now from that position, nice and tight, we're going to do a chain 3 again. Okay, and we're going to work into the first stitch we're going to work into is not the first stitch we find or chain we find down here. We're going to the top of the chain 3 that we did right at the beginning. So we're going, so there, if I hold it apart like that, you can see there's the chain 3 we did at the beginning, and there's the top. So we're going in there. Oops. So we go in there and we're going to do 1 double crochet in there. And now we're going to do some half trebles. So US terminology would be a half double crochet. So we're going to wrap the yarn once, we're going back into the same stitch, okay, where we've just done the double crochet, and we're going to come up so we have 3 loops. And instead of completing a treble by going through the first 2 loops and then the second 2 loops, to do a half treble, we are going to basically take the yarn and pull it back through all 3. Okay, so that's that stitch. Now we're moving on to the next stitch around, and we're going to do 3 half trebles in that stitch. So yarn over and in we go. So we've got 3 and we pull back through all 3. That's 1, that's 2, and that is 3. And then moving along to the next stitch, we are doing 2 half trebles in the next stitch. So we go in there, that's 1, and that is, oops, bit of fluff, that's 2. So as you can see, we're now working this row around the edge here. We're always upside down though. Okay, so now we are going to work a double crochet into each of these remaining stitches down to the bottom. So working around the edge of the heart down to the point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, a little bit tricky to get into, 4, and then when we get to the bottom here, we're going to do 1 chain, which gives us a nice point at the bottom, and then we're going to work back up this side, 1, 2, 3, 4 along there. 1, 2, double crochets, 3, 4, and now we're doing the mirror image of what we did on this side, so we need to do 2 half trebles in the next stitch, 1, 2, and then 3 in the next stitch, 1, fluffy bits from a different colour yarn, 2, 3, and then coming up to this next stitch here, we're going to do 1 in here, 1 half treble, followed by 1 double crochet in the same stitch, and then that's pretty much it. But to finish, we're going to do chain 4 this time, chain 4, and then we're going to finish by doing a slip stitch into the center. So we're going in there, grab the yarn at the back and slip it through there like that. But before I finish off, I'm just going to pull the center really tight. It's actually quite hard to get super tight. There we go. And then that chain that you've just done will sort of sit flat over the top there. And if I snip that yarn, and pull it back through that first stitch, pull it tight, there we go. And what I've been doing actually is just taking the yarn over the back, and actually I've been tying a knot, because with this yarn it kind of disappears in to the back, and then weaving in the ends using a teeny hook like that. Just grabbing the yarn and pulling it through just under a couple of stitches at the back before snipping it. And the same with that one. And there we have it. So when you get into the rhythm of making these, they're actually, you kind of remember the stitches and the pattern because you're just repeating but in the reverse order as you go back up the other side. And they're really cute. And this yarn is so yummy. It's actually made by the Women's Institute, and I didn't realise that they made yarn, but it's a mixture. It's a wool acrylic mix, I think, but it's so soft and squidgy, and I thought it'd be quite nice for making these hearts. So have a go, ask me questions, because I appreciate that not all of you are necessarily crocheters and you're having a go. I've kind of made this video for people who already crochet, just so that it's easier to follow a pattern by following me than following the words on a page. But if you're new to crochet, give it a crack. Otherwise, come and join my next class on the 21st just to have a go and get into the swing of holding a hook and the yarn. But yeah, hopefully you'll be able to make a few. So do join that group, Charitable Crochet Projects. It's run by the Crochet Craft Company, and Donna will be able to give you details of where to send your hearts when they're all done. Okay, enjoy. Sorry it's a bit rushed, but hopefully that will get you started. See you later.